I brought together 5 of my closest friends to log off their social medias for the next 7 days. Yes, you heard me, 7 days, a full week without social media. They either have to log out of it or delete the apps or just have enough self-control to not go on it for 7 days. Let's see if they're up to the challenge.
I'm logging off.
So to be honest, I think I can do well in this challenge. Like, no social media for a week, that's easy. I don't use that much social media, barely use Twitter, I have no Instagram. Snapchat, kinda, I could go without that for a week. The hardest thing for me is gonna be no Reddit. I like Reddit a lot. I kind of check that like every morning, see what's new at night. So I think that one will be my toughest challenge. But for a week, I could do it if I know I could win.
Honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go. I think it might go really well with this social media detox for 1 week, which is not that bad. I feel like because I'm moving this week, it might go a little better than expected. But other than that, we'll see. We'll check back in a couple days and see how we're doing.
And I'm really excited to see what I'm going to be doing with my time. I'm really trying to be more productive and do things that benefit me instead of always on my phone, always on social media. So I'm really excited for this. So I average about 6 hours and 59 minutes on social media daily. So I really want to fix that. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do fine. Besides TikTok, I feel like on my screenshot you can see that I spent 10 hours last week on it. So that's probably gonna be the biggest struggle, but I feel like it's gonna be fine. But we'll see.
I think my screen time for social media was probably gonna, like, my phone did it kind of weird, but I'm assuming it's probably around like 30 to 35 hours on social media. I spend a lot of time on TikTok, so that's that. I'm definitely kind of nervous because that's just all I do when I'm bored. Like, it's the first thing I reach for, so it'll be interesting to see what I end up doing. I do want to read more though, so maybe I'll finish my book this week and like actually do good in school.
Day 1, no social media. It was kind of boring. I wanted to go on TikTok a lot today, but I didn't. And I worked out today, and yeah, it's good so far.
Halfway through day 1 and it's going all right. I was able to focus really well in class today, so that was nice. Usually I have a tendency to grab my phone and I'll like hop on Twitter or something because I just can't, I don't know, stay focused. But I was able to really retain all the information that I learned today, so that was nice. Other than that, I have noticed myself grabbing my phone, like forgetting to not, I'm supposed to not be using social media, but
So why did I challenge my friends to do this? What are the harms behind social media? In one study done, it shows that 30% of 18 to 44-year-old adults feel anxious if they haven't checked their Facebook status in the last 2 hours. Instagram in particular has had studies done that show that it leads to an increase in eating disorders and body dysmorphia. But these feelings can be anything from feelings of loneliness to anxiety to increased risky behaviors, even feelings of being addicted. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can resonate with some of these feelings.
Morning too. A little tough this morning. I usually like to, scroll Reddit or, go through my Snapchat stories, things like that. But instead, I got up, I stretched, which I don't normally do.
It is currently day 3 of no social media. I forgot to film a video for day 1 and day 2, but I have realized in those 2 days that I use social media to get out of conversations or like pretend that I'm distracted while I'm at work, like on a 10 or a break, so I don't have to talk to people because my social skills are not there. Like, I'm horrible at socializing with people that I just don't talk to on daily. I literally talk to the same 3 people at work because of this. And I've also realized that I use social media to wind down for the night. And, it's not very good for my mental health because there's a lot of things that I just don't want to see or like make me unhappy on social media. And so I've been listening to podcasts before I go to sleep. And honestly, it's a lot better because I don't go to sleep upset.
Day 3 of no social media, I've resulted in drinking. So yeah, day 3 of no social media. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bored, so that probably just goes to show how addicted I am to social media, I guess.
It's getting a little harder on my breaks not to, use social media, I guess. At night, when I would lay in bed, now I have nothing. I'm just using YouTube and Spotify just to fall asleep now, which, not too bad.
One study showed that 75% of content is viewed at for less than 1 minute nowadays. In fact, most people tend to switch between content every 19 seconds. Think about that. Your brain can only focus on one thing for a minimum of maybe 20 seconds now before you get bored with that and switch on to the next. Just because of how easy it is, I think, to scroll through things. You can only take on so much information nowadays because social medias are meant to be fast-paced and fast-moving.
Tasha had me watch The Social Dilemma yesterday, and it completely blew my mind. It really just had me rethinking social media and everything, just how it works and how it shapes your mind and stuff. It's literally insane. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. She recommended it to me. I recommend it to everybody else because it's crazy.
So it's day 4 with no social media. Everything's basically the same, except I just have major FOMO with my friends because they keep sending TikToks that I can't see. I've also gone a very weird route on YouTube. I've been watching videos of Tom Holland's interviews, so I'm not complaining, but I definitely spent hours on YouTube this week. So, not too bad.
Today was probably my most productive day. Andrew's here. And we went on an 8-mile bike ride. And then we did a pit stop and got boba. And now we're getting in and out. And it was so good. And now we're going to go to Target. But yeah, probably the most useful day I've had. So.
Whereas social networks are viewed as making people feel more connected, it actually leads to a disconnection between the people that are right in front of you. It leads to feelings of social isolation. There's a study done in America that said 50% of partners are distracted by their devices when they're trying to have a conversation with them. Another study done showed that 89% of cell phone users admitted to using their phones at a social gathering. It's this disconnect that leads us to start feeling less empathy, less trust, and a bigger disconnect from others.
Day 6, I guess. Saturday. I've been tempted quite a few times. I almost opened up Reddit. Snapchat, not too much. I don't care about Snapchat. I don't want to talk to people.
I ended up getting all my social media back today on day 7 because I was really missing TikTok and I didn't make it the full week.
So it's day 7. And I did re-download my stuff a day early because I came to San Francisco with my friends and I wanted to have my social media. That's what happened on day 7. Sorry. We did it. We finished it. To recap the entire week though, I think it was definitely really good that we did this. I was definitely on my phone a lot less, obviously, aside from just texting. But it made me think about how when I'm hanging out with other people or when we're all hanging out, I want us to be more present with each other instead of constantly checking our phone. And I just kind of want to do that with a lot of things in life. And, if I'm eating dinner with my family, I don't want to be on my phone, kind of want to put it away. Or anytime I'm in the presence of someone else, I want them to have my full attention versus me just being on my phone. So yeah, it was a really interesting challenge, but I'm glad I did it, and I feel like I'm gonna take that into my everyday life now and actually try to work on it. But yeah, it was good. Hopefully I'll be on my phone a lot less now, and hopefully we all will be too.
Alright, so overall, I think this week went by really well. I think I was more productive towards the beginning of the week than the end. I think I do recommend this for everyone to at least try because I do think that we are on our phones way too much nowadays.
It's day 8. Not too bad. I liked having social media back. I noticed I definitely did not use it as much as I did before. Free time, I just didn't go on it as much. I think that's kind of just because it's been a full week, so I've broken the habit of just whenever I have downtime, open phone and like muscle memory just goes straight to like Reddit or like Snapchat, you know? So I think that's definitely good for me to take a break every now and then. So yeah, I'm excited to have it back and use it in moderation. Maybe I'll do this again voluntarily later. Can't complain.
This week honestly wasn't too bad. I just struggled with Snapchat and TikTok because TikTok I just like watching videos. It makes me laugh. And Snapchat I talk to people on there, so like I kind of just cut communication off with some people. So sorry. But other than that, I usually delete Instagram and Twitter for myself. Like every few months. So that one wasn't too bad. I'm used to not having that on my phone and like not using it. But other than that, it was a fun time and I will probably do it again.
TBH, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty easy just because my week was pretty busy. But I feel like the important message that I got from this was how much we really do depend on just being on our phones. Like honestly, like when I'm walking my dog, like my automatic, wanting to like be on my phone right away and just wanting to be on social media. But that urge went away because I started putting my phone aside and just leaving it to the side and not worrying about it or anything like that. So which was really helpful, mentally, because I didn't have that back thing of like, oh, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
So after 7 days of doing this challenge, 3 of my friends did not last the entire time. Ness Fernandez, Ness Contreras, and Ty all on the 7th day gave in and turned back to social media a day early. They had 1 more day to go and they just couldn't last, but I'm still proud of them for doing the full 6 days. I'm glad that they went through the experience for themselves, just because when I had done it personally, it was like a big eye-opener to me. Really just seeing how much more extra time I had throughout the day just because of the fact that I wasn't scrolling through random stuff that meant nothing to me. I challenge anybody watching this to spend 1 whole day without going on social media. Start there. If you can't do the 7, start there. But I definitely do recommend spending a week at least to like go through and not like sort of have a withdrawal from it. Just like a week to turn off your devices and not be engaged in the social world, be engaged in the real world and take a look around you because there's so much happening around you. And everybody says life is short, but we're over here spending most of our life on our phones, which is kind of mind-boggling. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, challenge them to do a withdrawal from social media too. Like I said, maybe not the 7 days, start with 1 day, see how it feels. But the studies show that it's just not good for you to be spending so much time on there, and I personally, like I said, believe in a life of intention, and that includes being intentional with my time. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I post on Sundays, like every other-ish Sunday, so make sure to check out my next video. I do habits and hobbies as well. Thank you guys so much. Bye.